everyone, today I'm going to be attempting to do a beginner's makeup tutorial. So if you're just starting to get into makeup, I'm hoping this might help you a little bit of what to put on your face or how to put it on. The first thing I would do to my face is apply a moisturiser. Whether you've got oily skin or dry skin, I'd always apply a moisturiser because it's good for your skin, and if you put in a lot of stuff on your face, it's good to have a barrier in between your skin and the makeup. So this is from Simple. It's called Kind Skin Hydrating Light Moisturiser. If you've got oily skin, find a moisturiser that's good for oily skin. I've got dry skin, so I use one that's moisturising and hydrating. So put that all over my face before I've done anything. So rub that all in. And then usually wait about 10 minutes from applying your moisturiser to applying your foundation, just to let it sink into the skin so it doesn't all slide everywhere. So after your moisturiser has settled into your skin, the next step is foundation or whatever you're going to be putting on. So personally, I think for beginners it's best to use a tinted moisturiser or a BB cream or a CC cream. This is a BB cream from Rimmel, but I would use it, but it's too dark and I haven't got one in my colour. So today I'm going to put foundation on, which you can use foundation, but I think it's quite heavy for someone who's just starting out with makeup. I personally would say a tinted moisturiser or a BB cream. So I would use this, but it's too dark. My foundation I put on the back of my hand. You can put this on with your fingers or a brush if you've got a brush, or a sponge. So to show you, I'm going to use a sponge, but really you can put it on with anything. So I'm going to dab my sponge in the liquid on the back of my hand, and I'm going to start in on one side of my face. So I'm going to dab it onto my face, not swiping, because when you wipe your face you're wiping the product on and then wiping it back off again. So I'm just dabbing and sort of blending at the same time. So starting on this side of my face and then coming onto my chin, making sure I go down my neck and around my ear because you don't want a line. You also want to get a foundation that's pretty much perfect to your skin colour. So if you have a pink undertone, you're going to want a moisturiser or BB cream that's more on the pink side. So if you're like struggling, I'm sure someone in the shop will help you find the perfect one. So here I'm just starting on the other side, just blending and patting it into my skin. This sponge is damp as well, so that sort of helps you blend as well. Also doesn't use up as much product. So this is a foundation. The only reason I'm using this is because it's the only one that had matched my skin. Anything from a foundation to a tinted moisturiser to a BB cream is fine. So I just blend that in to my skin, so making sure you blend it into your hairline because you don't want any silly orange marks. So blending it everywhere, dabbing and blending as you go until you're happy with how it looks. That is my foundation all applied. Now this next step, if you're young and starting makeup, you probably won't need to do concealer, but I do because I have dark circles around my eyes and I have a little bit of redness around my nose. So if you're still quite young and got youthful skin, you probably won't need concealer, but if you do, if you've got some spots that you want to cover up, I would go for the two concealers I would use. It's rubbed off, oh siren, but this is collection concealer. I think it's about £4, and this is the NYX Hd Concealer. Again, this is about £4 or £5. These are probably the cheapest and probably the best concealers you're probably going to find. This one is lighter than my skin, and this one is my skin colour. So the one with this that's the same colour as my skin I would use to cover up spots and blemishes on my face. And the lighter one I would use under my eyes to make myself look wide awake. So I will show you now. So this is not the dark one, this is the one that is the exact same colour as my skin. So I'm going to use that around my nose where I've got a little spot, and it'll cover up the redness. So I'm just going to take the wand. You can put it onto your finger or onto a brush if you're happy with that, but I'm happy using the wand because it's only me using it. You wouldn't want to be using the wand on lots of different people because of bacteria. So I've just put that around my nose. I'm going to get my sponge again, still damp, and I'm just going to blend that in again with dabbing motions and blend that into my skin. There we go, and now my spot is concealed. Around my eyes, I've just put a little bit of that normal colour concealer under my eyes because I have really bad dark circles, but most of the time people don't need to do that. You would normally just use the lighter colour. So this is 2 shades lighter than my face, or the foundation I've put on. So I'm going to get this, I'm going to put it under my eye in a V shape, so across, down to my cheek and under my eye. Same on the other side, because you don't want to look funny on 2 different sides. If you're just starting makeup, I wouldn't bother with trying to highlight and conceal. The only reason I do it is because I do have really bad dark circles, and if I don't, they're really obvious. So again, if you want to do this, you're going to get your sponge and again just blend. I'm going to try and use the least tools I can, because if you're just starting out, you probably haven't got that much money. And makeup's expensive, so we're going to try and use the least brushes and tools as possible. Again, with your concealer, you can use your finger. Now when you're blending it in with your finger, you would use your ring finger because it's the most delicate of your fingers, and you would tap under your eye. Don't sweep, because like I said before, it's only going to take the product off than actually put it on. So you're going to just pat it into your skin, and that just blends it into your foundation, and it's as though it never was there. Again, you probably, if you're just starting out, won't want to do concealer, but I thought I'd put that step in just in case a lot of you are struggling with acne or spots. You would just use the same colour concealer on your spots and just dab it in. Is that better? I'm still struggling with these camera angles. I'm trying to get them perfect, but it doesn't always happen. So from here, a lot of people tend to powder their skin after they finish their whole face, but I like to powder my skin now. Like I said earlier, I have dry skin, so I don't really put powder all over my face. I just put it where I put my concealer to set it, so it doesn't slip and slide around all day. So this is the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. It's about £3 from Boots, and this is a Real Techniques setting brush, which again is available in Boots. With this, I would just tap my brush. You can use any brush you've got that's just fluffy. Tap it in there, tap off the excess. So I've just swirled it in the powder, tapped off what's on the brush, but there's still some on it, so you don't want to put loads on your face. And then I would just dab that on top of where I've put my concealer. So remember, we put it around my nose and under my eyes. This is just going to stop your concealer from creasing. So when you're moving around all day and shutting your eyes and opening your eyes, if you don't put powder, your concealer can end up with creases in it. And it's easy just to blend out, but if you've got the powder there, it'll just prevent it from happening. So there, I'm just going to put that around my face. If you've got oily skin, I would advise that you put this all over your face. So you can use a big fluffy brush for that, this one. Again, or you can use the sponge can be used for powder as well. But I would just use a big fluffy brush, dab it in and put it all over my face. But make sure you don't cake it on, make sure you tap off the excess because you don't want powder all over your face. Right, next I would continue with my face. So, beginners, I would say not to bother with contour and highlighting and sculpting your face out because majority of you are probably quite young. And if you're going to be doing this, I know we don't wear makeup to school in England, but a few people in America I know wear makeup to school, so I wouldn't bother with contouring in the morning. You've probably not got time. So what I would do is just to add a bit of colour to your face, because by putting the foundation on, you've sort of took all the natural colours out of your face. I would use a bronzer. So this is from Rimmel. I think it was about £3. It's called Sun Glow. And with this, I'd take just a fluffy brush. So if you had a fluffy brush for your powdering, just use that brush. But I've got this one. It's, again, Real Techniques fluffy brush. And what I'll do is, so instead of contouring, I'm just going to tap my brush, swirl it around, tap off all the excess because you really don't want a lot. And then on my cheek, so I'm just going to put it along my cheekbone and sort of in a line on my face. So you don't obviously want to perfect line. So just sort of blend it back into, I'm just sort of swirling my brush back into, and then I'm going to take it up my temple and onto my forehead. So we're going to start from here, onto your temple, and then onto your forehead. That's just going to make it look like you've had a nice summer, like you've been in the sun. That's basically where the sun would naturally hit you, so you're just creating a shadow of warmth really. So it looks like, so this is the normal side and this is the side that's just a bit glowy and looks like I've had a nice summer. So do the same to the other side, so swirling and bringing it from the back of your face to the foot, like towards your mouth, but not quite, so just sort of in that area, hard to explain, and then go up onto your temple and onto your forehead. So again, you don't have to do this step, but I'm just adding in all the steps so you can pick and choose which ones you want to use. And then when you get to this bit, I'm just going to do a little bit at the top of my forehead, because I have a large forehead, and then just blending it all together. You don't want harsh lines. If you were going to contour, you would suck in your cheeks like a fish, and you would use a sculpting brush. So I use this one, which is like flat, and you would like use a bronzer or a contouring powder and you would really sculpt out your cheeks. I'm not doing that. I'm just adding colour to my face. Right, so I wouldn't bother with highlight because highlighting you've already kind of done with your concealer, but what I would do is maybe put a bit of blusher on. This is a blusher from Essence. It's a Silky Touch blush. I think it was about £2. It's in number 70 Kissable, and what I'm going to do with this, you can put it on your fingers and just blend it in with your fingers, that's fine, or you can use the brush we used for the powder or the brush you used for bronzer, any one really. So I'm going to use the one I used for the powder, dab it in, tap it off, same as what we've done with all the others, and then what you're going to do is you're going to smile. So you know, like when you smile, I've got really chubby cheeks, when you smile these cheeks appear, that's the apple of your cheek, and what you're going to do is put it on the apple of your cheek and blend it backwards. So again, circular motions and blend it backwards. So you see here, so we're going to circular motions on your cheek and then blend it backwards. So you're just putting the natural rosiness of your cheek back in. So same again on this side, so smile, find the apple, put your product on and blend it backwards. So now you've got your bronzer and your blusher, and really that's how I would leave your face. I don't think you need any more than that. Moving on to your eyes. Now when I first started wearing makeup, I didn't wear eyeshadow. I just used to put a bit of mascara on, so you can do that. If you're happy with just wearing a bit of mascara, then that's fine, but I wanted to show you how you could do a light eyeshadow look if you wanted to wear eyeshadow. So I'm going to get a fluffy eyeshadow brush. Now you can use your finger to apply eyeshadow. Your fingers you can actually use to apply everything really. I'm just going to use this fluffy brush, so it's just again Real Techniques, so fluffy on the end, and you can get them in Boots. I'm going to start out with this Trio. So this is Trio Quad. This is from Soap and Glory's range from Boots, and I'm just going to open it. It's got 4 colours. So you've got a pale white one, you've got a slightly darker creamy pinky one, you've got a dark brown, and you've got a glittery mauve colour. Take the white, so it's sort of like an off-white creamy colour, and I'm going to put that, so you could take it on your finger and put it on, or you could take it on a brush. So I'm going to put my brush in, again, dab it in and tap off the excess, same as we've done with everything. And then I'm going to put it on my eyelid. So starting in the corner, I'm just going to put it across my whole eyelid. Now you can tell where your eyelid is, because when you open your eye there's a crease, so you want to do this colour right up until you hit the crease. So all across the whole eye until you hit the crease. So you can probably barely even see it, but like it just gives it a little bit of colour. Now you can leave it like that, or you could add a crease colour. So I wouldn't go too dark, but what I'm going to do is the creamy colour, sorry for blinding you, the one after the white in the palette, the pinky cream colour, I'm going to take that, again, tap it off. We did up to the line when we were placing the white, so now we're going to go across the line with this colour, so that's your crease. So you're going to go across your crease, so in the socket of your eye with this. So I'm going to close my eye, I'm going to put my brush on the socket, and then I'm going to blend it into the crease. I really hope you can see what I'm doing. Where the crease is here, I'm just going to get the brush, I'm just blending it into the socket, like so. Okay, then also with the same colour, I'm going to take it on the outer corner of the eye. So just bringing it onto the lid a tiny bit, but not covering the whole lid. So like that. And then we'll do the same on the other eye. What it does is, it just adds a little bit of dimension to your eye. So again, we're going to go in the socket. It's probably easy to close your eye to find your socket. I'm just going to blend it. Again, not swiping, just sort of doing little circular motions. And then go down into my lid. If I was doing my eyeshadow now, I would go in with another darker colour and darken the crease even more. But I don't think you need it for a look like this. But if you did want to make it a bit glittery, if you go into a party or an event, what I would say to do is, this is the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Yogurt. And it is a nice glittery pinky colour. Now what you could do is put this over your whole eyelid and not do any of the powder. But what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to put it in the centre, so it's like a pencil, in the centre of the eyelid, like so, in the middle, and then just dab it with your finger. I do the same on the other side, and what that's going to do is just add a little bit of highlight in the middle of your eye. It just makes it look a little bit more fancy. Now next, I personally never wore eyeliner. I found it too difficult to do and a bit harsh, so instead of liquid liner or felt tip liner, I'm thinking of doing eyeshadow as eyeliner. So this is the only thing that you do need a brush for. So this is a angled brush. This is the only brush I have which is high end. It's a MAC brush, but they do them in Real Techniques, I know they do. It's just a really thin angled brush. So what I'm going to do is, you can leave it without eyeliner, but if you do want eyeliner, I would do this. So I'm going to take this is my Naked palette, but any black eyeshadow. So you see here the darkest shadow. This is sort of an off black eyeshadow. So you can take a black or a dark brown. And what I'm going to do, I'll just put it on my brush, taps off the excess. I'm going to close my eye and I'm going to put it as close to my lash line as possible. I'm going to get my mirror so I can see what I'm doing. So see here, I'm going to put it on the outer corner of my eye along my lash line as close as possible. Like so. Okay, so that's my eyeliner. So you really don't need to wear eyeliner, but if you do want to wear it, I would use eyeshadow because it looks softer and much more natural. So the next step is what I only ever used to wear on my eyes. So I didn't wear eyeshadow, I just used to wear mascara. So you don't have to do any of those last steps, you can just wear mascara. I was just showing you just in case you do want to wear it. So this is from No7, it's Intense Volume. You can get mascaras from anywhere. So this is just going to go on your eyelashes. So I find it better to do it with my eyes open, but you can close your eyes and do it like that. I just find that I get it on my skin a lot when I do that. So what I'm going to do is put this on my top eyelashes. Just a light coat, so you're just brushing your eyelashes upwards. It's probably the most simple step. It probably feels really weird if you're doing it for the first time. Because you've probably not had things on your eyelashes before, but you'll get used to it and you do get the hang of it. If you do get it on your skin, which I do way too often, because it can go on your eyeshadow after you've just done it, or like see I've just got it here on the side of my eye, you can just get your sponge, just dab it on the top and it will just disappear. It's as simple as that. Okay, so now I would do eyebrows. Now, if you're young, you've probably got lovely eyebrows and I would not pluck them. Plucking your eyebrows when you're young is not a good idea. So I would just leave them as they are. Maybe give them a brush through with a spoolie. So I just give them a brush through with a spoolie. If you have blonde eyebrows and you want to be able to see them, then you can fill them in, but I wouldn't fill them in massively. But if you do want to fill them in, I will show you. So I've pretty much already got eyebrows. These are my eyebrows with nothing on. So what I would do is just give them a brush through, which you're just getting all the products out of them that you put on your face, because it does get clogged in your eyebrows. It's gonna happen. Well, especially if you've got eyebrows like mine. So just brush them through. If you're happy with how they are, you can just leave them like that. If you want to fill them in, if you're blonde, make sure you get a blonde pencil and don't get one that is way too dark, because then you're like, you've got Sharpie on your eyebrows. So I'm gonna take my pencil and I'm just gonna lightly, barely even touch my skin, put in little strokes of hair. So I'm barely even touching my skin and it's just like colouring them in, but not like pressing really hard and then do it with loads of colour all over your face. So I'm just gonna fill in the bits that are a bit bold, and then when I'm happy with how it looks, just brush it through. Like so. So it really isn't needed, only if you have blonde eyebrows and you want them to be seen. But if you had eyebrows like mine, I'd just leave them. Don't worry about them being perfect, because they're eyebrows and they're not supposed to be perfect. So my eyebrows are done, my eyes are done, my face is done. Next is your lips. I never used to wear anything on my lips. I would just use a lip balm. So you can use Vaseline, or this is an EOS lip balm, and just put that on my lips and rub it in. So I would just leave it like that. I really don't want to be wearing loads of lipstick, or I would suggest you just wear a lip gloss. I haven't got one with me, but just a pink lip gloss. So what I'm going to do is just get this lipstick, put it on my finger and dab it on my lips, just to show you what a little bit of colour can look like. Obviously you can put the stick on your lip, but I just think it goes a bit too in your face and you don't want so much. So that's just added a little bit of pink to my lips. But as I say, I would just either just wear lip balm or a lip gloss. So that would be my beginner's makeup look complete. So it is quite a lot. So what I would say to do is to take bits that you like. So if you don't like the eyeshadow, don't put eyeshadow on. And if you don't like foundation or whatever, just mix it up to see how you feel. So I'm just going to zoom out. Just take bits out that you want to wear and what you don't want to wear. Switch out products. You don't have to use the exact same ones that I've used. I'll leave links to all the products down below if you do want to buy them. I tried to make them all under £10. Yes, if you do recreate one of these looks, let me know. Send me a picture on Twitter or Instagram, tag me and I'll see it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you soon.